magazine. In today's episode, we have a variety of interesting cultural topics and segments brought to you. So let's look into them together. In this segment of Cultural Review, we will be discussing the works of visual artist Maya Sorek. So stay with us. Tell us about your work.
Well, my work has gone through the different phases actually. For the last couple of years, actually for the last 6-7 years, I have dedicated myself mostly to designing the jewelry and making it. Because I somehow, probably deeper in my heart, I always wanted to be the sculptor. So the closest to it that I went is the jewelry that I'm making. So I'm making basically something that the critiques describe as a sculptural jewelry. Basically, it's one-piece jewelry and so on. But I'm also a painter, and I have had quite a few exhibitions around Egypt and around the world. So mostly the closest to my heart actually have been my last work that I have done, and this was actually in mixed medias. I have worked, as I told in a previous question that we were discussing, with acrylic, but applying acrylic on something that is very locally in tradition of Egypt, that means on papyrus, and also using something that is also very oriental and very much the part of Orient, that means the gold leaves. So these are the things that have been the closest to me, basically to my heart in my work.
What inspires you to work, especially to paint?
Well, you know, since I was a little child, I always painted. That was something that, but different things came differently as inspiration, you know. As I moved through my life to the different parts of the world, each of them have left impact on me, and as I have lived here for the longest period of my life, you know, definitely this part of the world, the Egypt itself and the Orient itself have left the biggest impact on me.
Your choice of color, do you have preferable colors, or it depends on the topic?
No, it depends. I work like a Brit. I work with very, very strong colors. I am not afraid of them. I love the color. I love them in my work and the work of the other people. And I think the color is my strongest point actually in my work.
Also, I'd like to ask you about the stages of your art. Like each artist, they go in and out of certain stages. So have you changed your school of art as time passed?
Definitely. People find that, sometimes they say, oh, it's like, three different persons are painted. No, I say it's not, because it's just because I'm a curious person by nature. So I want to find all the time new things for myself. Not necessarily the topic. I developed through the same topic. I was developing in different stages, and I went, from being very figurative to the abstract figurative painter. God knows where will I end up, in my work later in my life. So I'm just always, I'm curious what will happen later and what will be the next stage.
Artist yourself, so do you enjoy using oil colors?
No, basically I don't use oil. I usually use mostly acrylic in my work. So I really always admire the people who use oil, but I found myself that is more, for me it works much better acrylic.
I'd like to know the difference for an artist. How do you feel about oil and acrylic? Like, when would an artist use oil and when would he or she use acrylic?
Well, if you want to mix medias, basically, if you want to work, in the mixed medias, basically with the different materials and using the different surfaces and so on, then I think the acrylic is much better. And also it is good because it dries quickly, you see the results quickly, and you can overcome the problems that you face during the process. But the oil is the old traditional and so on. So of course it is wonderful as a material.
Of Cultural Magazine, we will be looking into the exhibition details held by the Egyptian Salon of Photography at the Egyptian Center for International Cultural Relations.
want to give very important successful events which you already done and a couple of months ago in Vienna. This is an Egyptian culture week which already done with the under patronage of Mr. Khalid Sham'a, our Egyptian ambassador in Austria, and Dr. Ahmed, which is he is give a dynamic push for our activity during this week. Is the culture consulate of our Egyptian embassy in Vienna. Actually, during this week, I had the pleasure to give a presentation through the lectures, and I was giving a lecture. I was giving photo exhibitions about Arabesque and Mashrabiyya. I collect actually the all art of Mashrabiyya, which it is present in all the Egypt, in the Shara al-Mu'izz, in Al-Azhar, and I collect this also in the our Coptic Museum. I collect this also in our Sayyida Zainab in Beit al-Kiritaliya, and also I collect this also in the in Asyut and in Rashid. Actually, we need more push and more concentration of our heritage, not only about the Islamic architectures and our Islamic art, also Coptic art, and also our back through for our pharaonic art and our extension for the other civilizations, which it is already present in our land of Egypt. Actually, it was a very successful week, and I took this push that I have another exhibition which will be held in the next February. The title was Mashrabiyya Artistic Vision. And just only for all of you, just to understand